woman lies beside a newly mounted pile of rubble. She has thrown herself down in the middle of the dirt road and cannot and will not be moved. She howls like you sometimes hear faraway stray dogs howling on cold nights, and rips at her own dusty clothes with bleeding hands. And we watch. On BBC and CNN, on Fox and Sky News. Then three men, their own eyes betraying them by communicating the presence of tears they dare not cry, finally manage to pry the woman from her position of mourning. Her face is dirty, saltwater drops have spread and cemented patches of dusty dry mud to her cheeks. She howls again and begins to spit sounds and half-words in her native tongue. A crowd forms and her voice triggers earthquakes in the souls of every person that listens. And we sit on our sofa, in our kitchen, at the office, and we watch. On BBC and CNN, on Fox and Sky News. The missile was never intended to kill children. None of the men who designed it, or built it, or fired it, would ever have desired the death of an infant like this. Intelligence had come from a variety of sources. It had been checked and double-checked. There were people and weapons in this area who intended to do harm to innocents in foreign lands and to bully and coerce others into doing the same thing. But now, as the settled dust is disturbed for the first time by men determined to clear the rubble, it becomes clear that those people weren't here, nor their weapons. The only person here was a young boy visiting with his family from a nearby village. The only murderers of innocents are the people who fired this missile, and everybody in the small crowd that is gradually, silently starting to move rocks with bare hands is very aware that the only bully is a nation much bigger and much more powerful than this one. Over the next few days, press conferences will be called. Apologies will be nearly made. World leaders will express their regret over the incident, but in the very next sentence try to justify further fighting and explosions and fear. Aid organisations will send as much as they can stretch to offering to help rebuild, knowing firsthand that rebuilt buildings are infinitely easier achievements than rebuilt lives. And we'll crack open a beer, turn the air conditioning on, put our feet up, and we'll watch. On BBC and CNN, on Fox and Sky News. But no politician, no military officer, no TV anchorman will ever go looking for that woman, that human being who lay writhing and distraught in the middle of the road at the scene of her son's murder, and look her in the eye and offer her their condolences. Ask, maybe, if there's anything they can do to help. She fell ill, that woman. She fell ill only a few days after the death of her firstborn child. She grew weak and could not walk anywhere by herself. She would sweat through both night and day, and with no doctor nearby she died. It was sunrise when she exhaled one last shallow breath and closed her eyes for the last time. It was sunrise. But we didn't watch. Not on BBC, nor CNN, not on Fox, nor Sky News.